23 years of wholesaling wisdom in under 30 minutes. Guys, it's Rick Ginn, and I'm going to walk through the 23 years of my wholesaling and how you can apply my lessons learned to save you a ton of aggravation. If you're just getting started in wholesaling or you're struggling, this is going to be the video for you. So what I'd like you to do is do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with other people who want to learn how to get started in wholesaling. Understand the type of seller you're looking for. So everybody says motivated seller, but I'm going to give you an acronym that will focus you on the best wholesaling deals. It's called ODN. We're looking for off-market properties, direct to seller that needs to sell. You see, everybody wants to sell. Us wholesalers only need to locate the people that need to sell, because that's how you get the best deal. Now, if you have all three of those ODN, you're going to get a wonderful wholesale deal, but try to get at least 2 out of the 3 that will guide your wholesale compass and get you great wholesale deals. Seek motivation first when wholesaling. There is no point in comping. There is no point in doing tons of research. Let's face it, most of the people you're going to talk to are going to reject you. So if there is not a motivating factor, either the seller needs to sell due to an extenuating circumstance, or the house is not distressed and in bad shape, move on and find people that need to sell your house. You waste more time chasing people that want to sell a house. If you follow this rule, it'll save you a ton of time and point you in the right wholesale deals. Coming in number 3, are you actually wholesaling? Ask yourself with the previous 2 questions. Are you seeking motivation first? Are you doing off-market direct to seller that needs to sell? See, a lot of you are failing wholesaling because you're not actually doing it. You're doing novations, you're doing creative financing. Someone's telling you can do everything except wholesaling. Make sure you're wholesaling. That's where you find the money. Everything else is a distraction. Number 4, the smartest people make the most money in wholesaling. I'm actually here to tell you it's kind of the opposite. I am a living example. I do not have the highest IQ. I don't have the SAT and the ACT scores. And I've learned the smartest people struggle the most on making money because they've conformed to society's rules in schools, their parents, and their colleagues. Actually, making a ton of money has very little to do with smarts. And if you understand that it's the people that apply themselves to get it done, I'm telling you right now, if you're solely basing it on smarts, you are not going to survive in wholesaling. Which leads us to number 5. If it's not smarts that get you there, what is it? It's people that take massive action and they move forward regardless of how embarrassed or little they feel. You see, the hardest part is moving forward and just doing things you're not used to. It has nothing to do with smarts at all. And you're going to get laughed at. You're going to get people to make fun of you. Stick to it. Keep doing it. Remember, the people that make the most money in wholesaling are the ones that have the most guts and follow through. You see, they don't accept the norms that their previous teachers or schools already given to them. And they conform 100% to wholesaling, and they know it's going to be tough at first, but if they stick it out, good things come to those that wait. Which leads us to number 6. You are going to do things that make you wildly uncomfortable in wholesaling. Now, the good thing is you're not doing anything illegal. You're not going to risk physical harm, but you're definitely going to get rejected. You're going to have to put yourself out there. And some people might not even like what you say. I promise you, your friends are going to feel this way. Your family is going to do it to you. And a handful of sellers, and I guarantee realtors are going to attack you. If you're uncomfortable, you're in the right spot. Do not go back to your comfort. You're going to revert back to the things that held you back. And the whole reason you sought out wholesaling was to get ahead in your life. Embrace uncomfortability in wholesaling. Which leads us to number 7. If I told you to be uncomfortable, I'm going to tell you this. When you start out wholesaling, you're going to look like an idiot. Why? Because you don't speak the lingo. You don't understand the process completely. And there's people that above you that will talk down to you. And there's people below you that will even talk down to you harder. You're going to have to commit, make a sacrifice for 1 to 2 years. I promise you in 3 to 6 months, you'll be so much more effective in wholesaling. Imagine where you'll be in 1 year from now and 2 years from now. Make the sacrifice, understanding you're going to look like an idiot in the beginning. Which brings us to number 8. Whenever we start something new, understand you're going to take a pay cut. No difference in wholesaling. You're learning the skill set and you're going to have to take a step backwards to go forward. If you had a salary and you were earning 75 or 100 grand, I don't know, or 15, 20 bucks an hour, for you to get ahead, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. And that most likely means you're going to take a pay cut. Now, here's the good news. In wholesaling, the pay cut's temporarily. You decide how temporary it is. If you can stick to wholesaling and get through the first 6, 12 months, I promise you that piddly little paycheck you got from your employer wholesaling will blow it out of the water. Coming in at number 9, I already told you you're going to get uncomfortable. You're going to feel like an idiot first. And the reality is you're going to have to embrace rejection. I don't know why nobody ever talks about this, but you are going to get a lot more no's than yes. In fact, probably 95% of the people you speak with are going to be no's. That's why it's so important to focus on OD and off-market direct properties that need to sell, because it will increase your closing ratio because you're talking to the right sellers. If you don't talk to the right people, not only are you going to get rejected, but you're never going to get a deal. But understanding rejection is the norm. Every no you get is that much closer to a yes. Don't forget it in this business. Coming in number 10, one of the most important ones you have to understand in wholesaling, lose your ego, period. See, once you activate your ego, it is your self-directive of your conscious to make sure you're right, you're significant, and you're recognized. You have to do the complete opposite. The only way you can learn is being open to communication. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use it. It works very well in wholesaling. I trained you extensively on this. Your ego is for short-term gain and long-term pain. We need to switch it around. Lose your ego. Short-term pain, long-term gain. I promise you, if you take this step in wholesaling, it will change your trajectory much, much quicker. Number 11, stop comparing yourself to everybody on the internet. You have no idea what these people are doing. You have no idea of their capabilities, and you have no idea if they're even telling you the truth. I've been in wholesaling 23 years. I do not follow anybody else's methods. I do take in information, but the reality is you need to make yourself better each day. Just take the 1% rule. I didn't invent it. Be better than the version of you yesterday and keep trying to move forward. See, people try to get everything done quickly and then they don't see the bigger picture of how much they can do over 5 years. No different here. Stop comparing yourself to others. Just be a better version of yourself each day going forward. Number 12 is a big one. If you're just starting out a wholesaling, don't think you can outsource everything and do no work. Now, I'm a big fan of like the Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week. But when we start, you're definitely going to have more than a 4-hour work week. If you want to start out by marketing customers cold calling, you need to figure it out yourself first. You need to figure out the texting platform. All your marketing needs to be derived from you. See, once you understand what you're looking for and you set your wholesale compass, then you can guide and teach others. But if you don't know how to do it yourself, you can't guide and lead people. And honestly, nobody's really going to respect you. Understand this. You are going to do the work probably in the first year. And then once you get a ton of leads, then you start bringing in people to assist in your marketing and profit generating activities. Which leads to me number 13, in my opinion, probably the most important part to kind of put it in the middle. Marketing is the highest skill set you can learn in wholesaling. If you decide you want to skip marketing, you're not going to last. It's the absolute truth. And marketing is where you derive your leads from. And he or she that derives their own wholesale marketing leads, they make the most money. Now, some people like to outsource all their marketing, but the problem is it's going to get way too expensive. And eventually you're going to have a silent partner and you're not going to have control where your deals come. Because if you do like a PPL or PPC, you'll have to do it all over the country. And if you have set markets, they're made for a more broad-based range. Guys, marketing is everything. You have to master marketing as a wholesaler. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail. I promise you this one rule. Coming in at number 14, which ties to marketing, is you have to be what we call a list ninja. Now, when I started out wholesaling, I didn't have a lot of money. I had to pay big dollars for my list. And I would sit there 8 hours every other day and make sure my list is perfect. You don't need to do it today. You can work with softwares like XLeads. It'll do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But you have to understand all your filters and how, when you change data sets in it, how it changes your lead counts and how it affects you. You need to spend a ton of time in the beginning of wholesaling under marketing when you're chasing down your list. Don't overlook this. Become a list ninja and understand your market so you can get the best possible chance to get your first wholesale deals. Coming in number 15, you've got to learn how to JV. It's just short for joint venture. You can go on Zach Discord. You can go on the freewholesaling.com. We have the largest communities online in the world for wholesaling. You go to Flip with Rick YouTube page. You can go to the Rick Ginn YouTube page, the Zach Ginn YouTube page. Guys, the bottom line is I started out JVing because I could not dispo my deals. So if you're really good at getting deals, especially in a virtual market, reach out to a JV partner and show them value, how you can bring them a lead or bring them the buyer, and then you work together. I promise you, you're better off to make 50% of the money than none. Use other people's contacts. And remember, always bring value first when you network with others. Don't be a person who just takes. If you give first and they're the right fit that will reciprocate back to you and help you with your business. Coming in at number 16, it's a big one. Avoid the shiny object syndrome. I promise you, there's so many influencers that want to sell you everything. Remember when I said marketing is the number one skill set in wholesaling? Most of these are people that don't quite wholesale anymore, and they always have a cure for you. They're going to tell you how to get licensed so you never get sued. You know how that works out. They're going to tell you about a secret marketing strategy, or they're going to tell you, I wouldn't compete with the wholesalers. I have an easy button. There is no easy button in wholesaling, and you can buy as many pieces of shiny object things, but those loopholes get closed quickly and you usually waste more time and energy on it. Stick to the fundamentals of wholesaling. If you want to learn more, go over to freewholesaling.com. Coming at number 17, don't buy into the value play on all the real estate courses. All I hear is value, 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 value. You have no idea. If you can't look at a course before you buy it or even test it out in some capacity, heed the warning. It's going to be problematic. You see, everybody's got a catchy marketing title in wholesaling to grab you. But if you don't know what you're getting, like freewholesaling.com, you can't be upset if you get ripped off. Stop falling into the value trap and look at what's out there. There's so much information out there. There's so little execution. I'm here to tell you, if the course is $5 grand, 10 grand, 15, 20 grand, you guys think the value is built in that number. It's just arbitrary, and don't get stuck in the value trap. Freewholesaling.com is 100% free. You don't need a credit card, and it will blow any $10, $20, or $30,000 wholesaling course out there. If you don't believe me, check it out yourself. Value is overrated. I don't care what the price tag on it is. Find out what you're buying before you get it. If it seems very secretive and you can't get past a paywall, heed the warning. Go over to freewholesaling.com because you're going to wind up there anyways. Coming in at number 18, the biggest fix you can do as a new wholesaler or a wholesaler that's failing is get lead volume. In fact, I tell you to 10x it. Now, 10x is just a metaphor that says if you had 1,000 leads, you need to get 10,000 leads. You are going to have to overcome your inexperience, your lack of opportunities by increasing volume. Understand, go back to the beginning of this video, OD, an off-market direct-to-seller that needs to sell. Do not fake increase your volume by just doing MLS leads and all this other stuff. Find people that need to sell their house. Find a motivated property or a motivated seller or both together. That's where you get the best wholesale deals. Volume will teach you how to talk to people. It'll get you more comfortable and it will skyrocket your confidence. You can't become a great wholesaler without volume. Don't forget to 10x your leads. The second part of this that ties in the volume is number 19, which is putting in the reps, which is short for repetitions. The more opportunities you have, the more of ability you have to practice your craft. Now, a lot of people say, well, this is where sales training comes in. I completely disagree. Your emphasis had to be on marketing people of off-market direct to seller that needs to sell, and you focus on people that have motivation to sell their house. If you do that, you put in the reps, you'll eventually hear every objection. And guys, most objections only boil down to 5 different things. We have them all at freewholesaling.com. Once you hear them all after a while, you get much smoother in your presentation, which relays your confidence in your ability to help. Remember, our job is to help sellers solve a problem. If we don't solve a problem, we don't make money. We help all sellers regardless of their situation, because if you're a human and you go in to help, this will make a tremendous difference. Put in the reps because your reps will show over time. And part of your reps is working with current sellers, which some of you'll fail, but you also have to work in private. Remember, what you do in private, you're rewarded for what you do in public. You got to put in the reps. Practice in the mirror from your sister, your mom, your dad, your cousin, Zach, Rick, whoever it is. You've got to put in the reps. That's part of the journey in wholesaling. Coming in at number 20 is going to be kind of a smack in your faces. You're going to have to pay your dues. In fact, most of you are doing everything you can to avoid paying your dues in wholesaling. What do I mean by that? Just like before, increase the volume by studying your list, getting as many lists as you can, getting your government lists, smoke, there's fire, they work. Go into X Leads for $49 a month to get all the lists you ever need with free script tracing. You see, when someone tries to market you and say, why do you compete with all those other wholesalers? Do you really think that's going to work? Are you the type of guy who takes the 8-minute abs, the 7-minute abs, the 6-minute abs? Anyone who tells you to avoid wholesaling is most likely just trying to enter your pocketbook. The reality is When you want something that's worth it in life, you have to go head in. And those people who try to avoid doing the hard work, they just fall for the old marketing trick in wholesaling. The reality is those who dig down, put their head in it and do the work, they come out so much better on the other side. Do the hard work up front and the easy part of wholesaling will come to you. If you do it the opposite way, you'll most likely not make it in wholesaling. It's just the truth. And number 21, I know there's a lot of eager people that want to get properties under contract. I don't want to just throw mud at the wall and see if it sticks. You've got to identify the fundamentals of wholesaling, which remember, the real estate is nothing more than the math problem. You have to get behind the story to connect with a motivated seller. If you can learn how to connect with a motivated seller, you'll win. Most of you go for a yes because you're worried about what your seller's thinking in their mind. And I want you to not do that. Meaning if you get a yes right off the bat, I promise you one or two things. You massively overpaid for the property and you definitely didn't get the lowest price available from that seller. Stop going for yes, because yes gives you instant gratification, but long-term pain. We have to switch that around. Which brings me to number 22, which you know what I'm going to say is you have to go for no. Go for no is a technique. I didn't invent it. It's just, honestly, it's the fastest way to get to point A and point B while reducing the stress of your seller. When I make my offer, I expect them to say no. When I get a no, I can usually start a negotiation from the seller as long as I've built plenty of rapport. Now, this doesn't usually work on PPL and PPC leads because they're mostly looking at price. These are people that you've identified on your special list, your X leads list, your government list, whatever it is, code violations, and you establish a connection with people. If you establish a connection, find out what they need by using your ears, 2 ears, 1 mouth, you can easily give them an offer to go for no. And remember, it's only where we start. What we focus on is where we end. And by using this method, you will never overpay for a property. You'll cut down the tension on it. And this is how you get the best wholesaling deals. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you've got to do the hard work up front. Stop doing the easy work because it doesn't pay you. It's just busy work. And coming in number 23, which we have to end on this one, is don't quit. I've quit so many times mentally in my head wholesaling, but I get over it. So if you're thinking about quitting, just go back through these 23 rules and find out where you're dropping the ball. Most of you are searching in the wrong places and you're going for yes right away because your entire life you've been taught to get instant gratification. And if you can get through the initial pain of wholesaling, the hard work, learning to master the marketing, using the go for no techniques and learning how to connect with sellers and get with the story behind the property, you'll do amazing. The reality is most people quit wholesaling because they think it's easy, because the marketers have oversold it. I'm here to tell you, the only way you screw up in wholesaling is by quitting. You can quit 1,000 times in your mind, just don't repeat it to anyone else. Keep going forward. I've been doing this for 23 years. I've quit a lot, but I always show up the next day. So you're going to have some rough patches along the way. Don't worry about it. Perfectly normal for wholesaling. And remember, you are looking to better yourself, your family. You're going to have to go through a sacrifice to get it. Wholesaling is no different. So guys, let me know in the comments which of the 23 rules are most effective for you and which ones did you actually learn from. I would love to hear from you. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth out about wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you guys in the next video.